One of the things that gets me most excited in this hobby is when you find a real bang for buck value option. Welcome back to the channel for Right Time Watches here in Denver, Colorado. Today we're looking at an incredible value watch that comes in from one of my favorite brands in Mido. The watch we're looking at is the OceanStar GMT. But before we dig into all of its details, we'll invite you to subscribe to our channel so you catch all of our upcoming videos. This watch has a nice 44mm diameter with a 50mm lug-to-lug. It's just 13.5mm thick and powered by a familiar Powermatic 80 movement manufactured by ETA. Mido are probably the most unsung heroes of producing well-made and insanely low-priced Swiss-made wristwatches. This one comes in a little over $1,000 US, which is crazy considering what you're getting. This is a 200-meter water-resistant dive watch with a gorgeous ceramic bezel insert and of course a sapphire crystal. All this with a fantastic true GMT movement inside for $1,200 US is quite a crazy value in today's marketplace. The turnoff for some is that it's a little bit large at 44mm in diameter, but like I mentioned previously, a 50mm lug-to-lug makes this wearable for many who wouldn't otherwise consider a 44. I'm also a huge fan of the aesthetics of this watch. I'm always a fan of steel with blue, and in this instance we've got a nice sailcloth blue strap as well. But the dial is really quite interesting here. The chapter ring, or the 24-hour ring inside, gives us a nice step downward towards the bezel, and overall it's got a really great depth to it. Visually, this is quite an interesting watch. The finishing also has a really nice look to it, as this polished, shiny ceramic bezel insert pairs nicely with the predominantly brushed hoods of the lugs. We also have some chamfered edges with a very nice polish as well, and a beautiful Mido signed crown. The dive timing bezel has a great texture to the outside and isn't distracting. In fact, it adds to the look overall. And we've got a nice flat sapphire crystal on this one. The sides of the case on this watch are quite flat. They don't taper downward towards your wrist, so you do get that full 44mm experience. The strap on this watch isn't going to knock your socks off, but it does have a nice buckle here, and the sailcloth look is a great accent to the dive style of the watch, and it does have a reinforced hole here on the opposite side. I really like the sealed steel case back on this watch because it's a great companion to a GMT. We've got all of the time zones listed in a circle here, so if you're using this to track a second time zone like you would a GMT, this will be a great pairing for this particular watch. The lume here is very nice and what you'd expect from a dive watch. We've got a nice lume pip on the bezel on the outer side, and you can very easily see your hands and indices surrounding this dial. I'm a huge fan of the way this looks on my 8-inch wrist. 44mm is no big deal for me, but even as you can see, this 50mm lug-to-lug distance has plenty of space. Lots of wrists can wear this watch as long as you can stomach the wrist presence. I think considering everything that you get for the money with this particular watch, it might be worth considering even if you're scared of the size. I love this watch, and if you're someone who's looking for maybe their first complication to add to a collection, this would be an amazing way to do that without breaking the bank. Again, $1,200 for this wristwatch is really quite incredible when you consider all that you get with this particular timepiece. On top of all that, it's beautiful and it comes from a brand with great history and will be reliable for you. This watch represents a truly impressive timepiece for the money, and that's one of my favorite things about this hobby, is finding a diamond in the rough like this one. If you'd like to purchase this watch or any of our others, please visit us online at righttime.com or give us a call. We're always happy to help. As always, thank you so much for stopping by, and we'll see you next time at Right Time.